Welcome. So, I don't regularly use a pendulum, but I was preparing for a guidance call session recently, and I was unsure if I would have the right answers. To be honest, I was very nervous. And so I felt called to seek out an answer from the pendulum. And so I said, will I have the answers for this person today? And the pendulum swung to no. And I said out loud, thanks, that didn't really help. Then I realized I might be asking the wrong question. So instead, I said, will you be there helping me with the answers? Will you have the answers? Will you be guiding me? And the answers were all yes when I asked it this way, because it's not about me. We all have this ability to connect into something greater and deeper, whatever you believe that is. We're all, just as I have said before, mirrors walking around reflecting to each other what we need to learn or know. Sometimes that's very unpleasant, even. So this person needed reflection. And with a deeper knowing, with divine guidance, I could offer what they needed in that moment. And that's how it all worked out, too. So I saw a shift something recently in myself that I was working on in my journey. And there were lots of things I had done to work on this. But the thing that seemed to most directly coincide with that shift was after I started listening to some frequency tracks that a source claims come from NASA. So apparently the story behind these is that this person lost his son tragically. He took a trip to Machu Picchu in order to heal. And while he was there, NASA had infiltrated that area. It's something to do with the frequencies and the land and this special way that Machu Picchu affects people. And while he was there grieving the loss of his son, he was healing, yet not healing enough, not feeling like it was helping enough. And so he became friends with this NASA scientist who apparently introduced him to these frequencies. He actually gave him these frequency tracks. What I've been using, they actually appear to be connected somehow to the Gateway Project and Robert Monroe's work, which I've talked about in previous weeks. So you can go watch other videos about that too, where I mentioned that. But it's very clear that our brains can be entrained when listening to frequencies and that they somehow impact us. There's still a lot that we don't understand, but that's why we find them useful for using in our meditations, because we can definitely help you transition into states like alpha or theta with frequencies and brainwave entrainment. So there's been a discussion for some time that we are in this collective shift towards enlightenment, an expansion of consciousness and truth, and this push towards more love, light, compassion. Some would say that this shift is starting to happen, and it started happening around the 60s. And some of the themes of this shift include that corruption and other dense energy will be brought to light, that it will be revealed, that we'll be more aware of it, it will become harder to control and trick us. And it's interesting because what is one of the main things that has brought corruption to light? Technology. With it, we can connect with people all over the world, and we have ways to see all kinds of viewpoints. Sure, there's often a narrative, but we can dig beyond and really dig for the truth there. One of the other themes in this shift is a collective consciousness. So what is rapidly changing a world that is a collective consciousness in essence? AI. It's actually built from the consciousness of our world. There has also been talk for quite some time that this collective shift would mean that we no longer hide our intentions or our thoughts, that they would somehow be transparent, whether through intentions or intuition or telepathy. The concept is also being explored and discussed as the idea of AGI is emerging. So AGI is the ability for AI to think and learn just like a human would, which would require a level of consciousness and some believe would be possible by as early as 2026. Now, AI has plenty of bias and issues, but these technologies are very much a part of a shift in our world. In fact, there is a belief that some of the ancient civilizations that we still know little about, like how were the pyramids built, or even how civilizations that we argue if they even existed, like Atlantis, there's actually a belief that they were highly technologically advanced and use that technology for good and not for greed or profit, but also, or instead, to further humanity. So we have that opportunity here, and I hope that that is what I'm a part of. So, on to some community news. Again, we launched our Patreon a few weeks ago. You can find us on Rumble as well as Instagram and Insight Timer. Remember, the Insight Timer is a free app, and you'll find many of our meditations there for free and ad free. You can also check out our store for ad free, high quality downloads of our meditations, audiobooks, and courses. You can sign up for our email list for exclusive discounts. Remember, we also have an Alpha Awakening course, and we're working on a Theta course next. We have an Alpha Brainwave Entrainment meditation series. These are available in our store now. These are actually some of the same Brainwave Entrainment music that we used in our Alpha Awakening course. So go check those out too. And last week we talked about the meditation spoken word type custom track that we were working on for the Cairns Spiritual Center in Queensland, Australia. And this will be available in the store this week too. We're done with it. So it's an exclusive that you will only find in our store, or you'll be able to hear it if you visit the Cairns Spiritual Center, of course, too. So look for links below for everything that I just walked through that I mentioned, and have a great week, everyone.